Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's contemplative meditation, just words of wisdom. I had a moment yesterday where I knew that I needed to record for my series this week. And I came out to my studio and I had absolutely nothing. And I struggled with making something up, coming up with something, or just letting it go and hoping and trusting that when something came to me that I felt could empower people, that I would find the time to come out here. So I'm out here today. And what I want to offer in this month of November, it is very common to have a gratitude practice. And you hear more and more people becoming thankful. During the month of November, I think it should be something that we do every day. It's part of my own personal practice of morning ritual, is to be grateful and to be deliberate with my gratitude. And I taught this concept last November, and I want to loop back to it. And if you were practicing with me a year ago, hopefully you have maintained this habit, this practice. But about 18 years ago, I have said this before so many times, that I was really angry and really frustrated with my life. And rather than looking at what I was responsible for, I chose to blame other people. And somebody suggested to me that I begin a gratitude practice that's deliberate and formal. And this person suggested I go pick up a dollar notebook, a spiral notebook. It could be anything, and begin writing down 5 things every day that I was grateful for. And I couldn't repeat the same thing in 1 week. I had to come up with new things. And so what happens is, when we become deliberate in looking for good, we actually are rerouting a new pathway in the brain. I knew nothing of this when this began. So 18 years have gone by, and I now have a bookshelf in my office that's completely full of gratitude journals. Some of them are beautiful, hardbound books that I put an investment into when I purchased them, and other ones are just dollar store notebooks, just anything. But I have 18 years of gratitude. And as I have come to what I call a practitioner of gratitude, because I'm deliberate, I've now gone to the point where I'm very deep in my gratitudes. So when I say that I'm grateful for a friend, I describe how that friend makes me feel, that I feel seen, that I feel heard. My family reminds me that I belong to something. And so when I practice my gratitude, I don't just list off family, friends, animals, blue sky. I really look underneath it. And what is it about that I'm thankful for? And so sometimes we get frustrated when there's things going on in the world that we may feel are negative. And so a gratitude practice is a quick way to counter that negativity and to come back into what is. And I'm going to be talking a little bit deeper on this concept of contentment and how we find contentment in a world where we might not agree with what's happening, but we can find contentment in it. And so we'll talk about that in the coming weeks. But I would like to encourage and invite you this very first week of November to begin a gratitude practice that is formal and deliberate, not just, yeah, I'm really thankful, but really sitting down and spending 5 minutes a day thinking about, what about the color yellow makes you happy? Why are you grateful for blue sky? Why are you grateful for the food that you eat? And to really look underneath those things. And what happens is, the research supports this. The more that we're grateful, the more hopeful we are, the more positive we are, and we create that ripple effect in our lives, and we start to make a difference in the lives of people closest to us. And what that does is, then that person begins to also practice positivity and hope, and they influence the people closest to them. So you can see that this little tiny offering of gratitude and thanks has a ripple effect to the people within your family, your friends, and then they begin to practice what you're practicing, and then their families and friends are influenced. And so imagine the power that we have collectively and individually to make a difference in the world and to return to a place of love and grace and gratitude and abundance. And I do believe that it's imperative right now to heal the fabric of our souls, is to return to what's good. So that's my encouragement for the week, is get a dollar notebook and begin tomorrow. Begin today and write down 5 things. Now, when we get through a few days and we no longer have the ability to write down family, friends, animals, because you can't repeat in 1 week, you always have 5 senses. For most of us, we have our 5 senses. And at the end of a day or the beginning of a day, we can think about, what have I seen with my eyes? What have I touched, or what has touched me? What have I tasted today, and why did that raspberry bring me joy? What have I heard? What have I smelled? So today I was leaving an early appointment and I put on some music that I find to be inspiring and hopeful. And it's an old yoga playlist. And if you want to find my music, you can find that on Spotify. Just search my name and you'll find all of my playlists. But I was reminded how the sound of music can shift my mood. And some of you and I have talked about this before, but finding something inspirational to listen to and then immediately feeling that shift in our mood, that's a place to be grateful that somebody else's gift influences us to change from maybe feeling sad to feeling inspired and hopeful. So that's your homework for the week. I hope that you maintain the habit, that it changes your life the way that it changed mine, and that you begin to look for the good in situations and really realize how blessed we are. And then that leads us into the next coming weeks about contentment. In yoga, it's called Santosha. So we'll be talking about contentment and how to find contentment in whatever is. So have a beautiful week. Get your journals going, gratitude journals, 5 a day. It will change your life. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I hope to see you really soon, and take good care of that heart of yours. It's important. Have a beautiful day.